Hey, what's going on? It's the weekend shift. I am the Strat Soldier, and we are about to do it. It's going to be a good one. I got my Ric Flair shirt on. I don't know if you saw me on Twitter. Woo! I got my Ric Flair shirt on. It's going to be a good one. Woo! And man, the Strat. This week was crazy, but it got good. Okay. It got really good toward the end. And if you knew where to go, you know what 2-2 reversals were. You knew where to go and where to get out. Okay, we had some good ones go off. We had AFRM. We had Baba from the Rob always says down goes Baba, but not this week. Baba goes outside week. We're definitely going to talk about that, and we're going to go through the broader averages. We got Michael Dang on here from the Dang Media. That's pretty crazy. That's awesome. I was like, the Dang Media. So I started seeing him on Twitter. He starts talking about Algo Flow, and that's what's got my attention. And so I wanted to so that's why I wanted Michael on there, because he uses Algo Flow, and that's how we trade algorithms. We do it as well. So we're going to get into that too. It's going to be good. We got a lot of people in the chat here. What is going on? Sunshine, Jong, Hefe, we got the regulars out here. The old salty trading guy, dude. Get on Twitter. Check out this guy, Old Salt Trading. Okay, this guy does. Jim Bradley does 1 minute trades. This guy does sub 1 minute trades, and he's got the videos to prove it. I'm sure he's gonna love everything Michael Dang has to say, because he does stuff too. I mean, it is fast, and the scenarios all work in sub minute. I call it a quantum strat. That's what I call it, because it's small, but he's doing it, man. He's doing it. What's going on, Brian? The people are showing up. That is awesome. How many people in the chat? Give me a number. Who's in there? We will be taking questions live. Michael's going to go through a lot of really good stuff. And then I'm going to be going through some stuff too, and I'm going to try something a little different. I'll let you guys give me some charts. You know what I mean? Hey, go look at Twitter, go look at this, and then me and Michael will go through that. If we have time, okay. I definitely want to teach you guys something, so you got something to take away and use for the week, and I want to have some fun. But if we can get to some of your guys' requests, that'd be awesome too. But we're definitely going to answer questions. 32, give me 50. We are live. Give me 50. Give me 100. We need 100 people in here. Give me 100. All right. So let me go through the broader averages really fast. And we're going to get Michael on here, because he's got a lot to talk about. All right. These are my 4 charts. I got the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. All right, this is how I trade. These are how my charts are set up, and this is how I trade. Right now, I have all 4 charts up like this for time frame continuity. Okay, and what I'm looking for are the 3 universal truths: actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations. Okay, here's the SPY. This is the month. They've been buying it on the month. They've been buying it, even though it's a chop shop. We're going to talk about that too. Okay, here's the weeklies. All right, the weekly is green. Anytime the days were green, those were good times to hit anything that you want to buy. Anytime it was red, good time to sell something, okay, or short something. And then here's your 60s. Look at this thing. Oh man, a mess. All right, let me blow this thing up just so you guys can see it a little better. Here's your monthly. All right, still 2 down on the month, but green. All right, are we going to shoot all the way back through this previous range? Remember, we look at broadening formations. All right. We're going to test the top, test the bottom, test the top, test the bottom, okay? All right, so the question is, are we going to shoot back through the try all the way back up into the highs? We shall see. Let's go to the weekly. All right, here's your broadening formation on the weekly. You can easily see that, all right? Broadening formation on the weekly. They tested the highs, ding. They tested the lows, ding. And now it's trying to, are we going to go 2-2 reversal back to the upside? Right now we're setting up for an inside week. Okay, we're setting up for an inside week around 437. That's if we don't have a crazy gap up, and that's what's been messing up a lot of setups right now, is the gap up and the gap downs. And that if we go to the dailies, you can see some of that. Here's your broadening formation that was on the weekly, but here on the daily, see how that translates over. You see where, you know, they tested the highs, they tested the lows. You know, I could tighten this line up and bring it in just a hair because I drew it on the weekly. But you can see that. You can clearly see that. All right. And then you could see this. This is what we're trying to get out of, this nasty range right here. And if you're having a hard time trading right now, it's okay to take a break, because look at these days. Look at this thing. I mean, what are the scenarios on this thing? It's you got a two down inside bar, 2-1-2 reversal to the downside. Excuse me, 2-1-2 continuation to the downside. You got a slight 2 down that recovered. Then you had, you know, a 2 down that didn't, you know, it's just another 2 down, and then the 2 up. And then honestly, this looks like an inside bar, but it's not, only because of a few pennies. And then we, like I said, we keep having these gap ups, you know. And here's a shooter on Thursday that we were all prepared for, but it didn't really die. It didn't really collapse, okay, all the way down here. It didn't fill the gap, as Sarah likes to say, all right? But it did go shooter and force at the end of the day. All right, now let's real quick, I'm not going to take too much time up from Michael. I want to draw the broadening the broadening formation on the dailies. Okay, if you do technical analysis, if you do indicators and things like that, everybody's watching this, no matter what kind of style you use. Look at this thing. All right, look at this. This is a mess. If you want to stay, if you're brand new to trading, or you are, they're talking about burnout and people are getting exhausted because of the crazy up and downs. If you want to take a break in the middle of all this until we either clear 444 or 426, take a break, because we don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, I'd rather you come back fresh. I'd rather you come back ready to go. Okay, look at this, a mess. So we're going to see what they're going to do for us next week. All right, are we going to go 2-2 continuation to the downside? Remember, from the week, we're setting up for an inside week. Or are we going to shoot back through? Now, when Rob says back through the try she goes, it tried real hard. It broke this, and it tried real hard to get, you know, up to 444, we didn't get our 2-2 continuation up. It formed a shooter, and they just, you know, just kind of crapped out. You know what I mean? But if you know where to go, you knew what to hit. Here is the 60s real fast. We're getting Michael on here. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Whamp whamp. You know, it's just, it's hard. It's hard, even for experienced traders right now. And if you want to take a break, take a break. But if you're in there with Rob, you know where to go. They've been hitting energies. They've been hitting the healthcare, but energy's a huge one. Okay. On our trade sequence, what we do is anytime the SPY is green, we're hitting anything taken out yesterday's highs. When the SPY is red, we're looking for anything taken out yesterday's lows. Why? Because if your stock was already taken out yesterday's highs and they're buying today, that's the one you want to jump in on. Okay, you want to find a reversal into the green on. Okay, and then on these red days, 2-1-2 2-2 reversal right here, and 2-2 continuation on October 4th. Look for anything taken out yesterday's lows or last week's lows. You know, that's the stock that's in trouble. If it's already red and then the SPY is red, that's just more oomph. You know, that's more like, you know, he was already getting beat up, and then you run in there. Now everybody's just, you know, jacking him up, you know. So he's getting beat up. So that's the stuff you're going to look for. High probability, because it's already going in the trend. Okay. All right. That's the broader averages. Let me go ahead and back out to the full screen. That's the broader averages. We do have some weekly symbols we want to go through, but that's what we're looking at. It's tough. Okay. It's tough, but that's why we're here. We're here for you. Got a lot. Let's go ahead and go single screen here. We got a lot of stuff for you. And like I said, Rob's calling all this stuff out, and he's here to help you. And a lot of other people in the chat are there to help you as well. So I don't want to delay any further. Let me go ahead and click this off. Oh, let's see, where you at? Give me my buttons. All right. What's going on, Michael? How you doing? Michael Dang, how you doing? From Dang Media. How you doing?
I'm great. It's an honor to be here. Before we begin, I just want to thank Sepia Group. I want to thank you, Jermaine, for having me on the weekend shift. I'm super excited. This is my first show, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing my strategy, sharing a couple of trades that I've done. And I'm also just looking forward to learning from you guys as well, like hearing your feedbacks. And yeah, so let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about today. But before we begin, I just kind of want to share my trading journey. So I started trading in 2020 during the COVID crash happened. So when that happened, I saw the I saw the broader averages had big 5% moves down. Like S&P 500 was dropping like 2%, 5%, 10%, had a big days to the downside. And so we were in recession, we were crashing, and so that's when it really caught my eye. I wasn't in the market before then, but when a recession happens, that's a great opportunity to get in, and so that's how I got into trading. And when I first started trading, I was mostly a swing trader. I was mostly a long-term trader, and my main focus were innovative companies. So I was looking really into like growth companies. And then 2020 was a pretty good year for those companies. I was trading stocks like Plug, Neo, Virgin Galactic,
Yep, we did that too. Yep.
Novavax, iBio, Tesla, Net, AMD. There was a lot of good ones in 2020. And yeah, 2020 overall was a great year for the growth sector. And then Q1 2021, those stocks, those leaders from 2020 started consolidating. A lot of them started pulling back. So that's when I had to find new leaders. And a lot of the stocks that I played, they were momentum trades or they were like off a news catalyst. So I would do a lot of research on them and I would try to get in before the news catalyst. And then once that happens, I would look to sell, take profit, things like that. But in 2021, that's when I figured, like, that's when I found a flaw in my system. And the flaw was like, you can control the trades that you're in. You can control your risk management, where you put your stop losses, where you take profit, but you can't control like a news catalyst from a company, if it's going to be positive or negative. And a lot of the things that I noticed in 2021 was there was a lot more false breakouts. So when news came out for a stock, it would gap up in pre-market and then ended up dying out throughout the day. So I noticed that a lot, and the market conditions were just different in 2021 versus 2020. So that's when I realized like there was a flaw, and that's when I had to find something that would work in any market condition. And that's when I realized the only thing you can trust is price action. You can't really trust a management of a company or the news that comes out from them. And so, yeah, price action was the only thing that I learned that you can really trust. And that's when I really started digging into like trying to find new strategies. And that's how I came upon the strat, just through FinTwit. And then I got on YouTube, started watching Rob's videos, Sarah's, Alex Options, really got into it. And yeah, that ever since then, I've been loving it, because that's exactly what I needed. The strat, it eliminates all bias. There's no guesswork. And so when something triggers, you're in there. And when you're in there, it'll work right away, or it won't. And when it doesn't, that's when you get out. You cut it quick. But yeah, when they work right away. And that's why if you watch like my YouTube videos, a lot of my trades happen pretty quick, within minutes. Or yeah,
I think that's what got my attention. I think it was Marna. I think you posted was like 13 was a crazy percentage in like, what was it, 7 minutes, 13 minutes, something crazy, something small.
Yeah. A lot of my trades are pretty quick. I look at James Bradley.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, his
the
trades.
Lightning, James Bradley.
Yeah. But yeah, my trades are I trade options. And we'll go over that a bit later. But yeah, so I after 2021 in about like Q3, that's when I really like discovered the strat. And so yeah, I just been trading it since, and I'm still building my system right now. I'm still I'm still back testing a lot of things because I'm still fairly new to the strat, and I'm still learning a lot. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm figuring out a system for day trading and scalping, and then I'm figuring out a system for swing trading as well, and then back testing both things and trying to see what works best for me. Because the strat, anyone can use the strat. If you're a long-term trader or swing trader, you're just looking at higher time frames, things like that, just to see
Yep,
what works best for you. And
yep.
so, yeah, I'm still in that discovery mode. Still building out my system, but yeah,
I don't have
we'll
anything to
go.
say. You're saying it all. You're saying it all, Mike. Go ahead. All right, Michael. I don't know. I don't. Hey, it's the weekend shift with Michael Dank. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Walk the dog or something. No, I love it, man, because you 100% right, and you're on it, and I like how what you were doing compared, and then you started, seeing the strat, and you found it easy to incorporate what we do. Um,
Mhm.
and that's what I like a lot too. And one thing I did see that you do, and what got my attention is you use Algo Flow. Now
Yes.
we with how we do things or the strat, we necessarily don't look at Algo Flow, but what we do is what we do. What we will do is we look at the bottom of the hour. And we know if you are working you're working them robots, you know what I mean? You got to tell, if you want to buy a stock, you got to tell it four things. You got to tell it what you want to buy, when you
Mhm.
want to buy it, do you want to hit the bid or the ask, okay? And then when to do it, and in what time, all that stuff.
Right. And when
Um, and
and
we
when
always check that. We always at the bottom of the hour. That bottom of the hour is when everything flips. You'll see it. You'll see it all the time. We can go through charts. I can show you definitely where charts you'll see. Like for example, Friday,
Mhm.
big green bars, and then night here comes 10:30, and then they sell it, and
Right.
then here comes
Yeah.
QCOM. That
Mhm.
was a gap up that was a 2-1-2 reversal that we were looking for. It gapped up, and it did blast for the first hour. And then here comes 10:30, they started selling it. All
Yeah.
right. So now we're looking for a reversal back to the upside. Give me a 2-1-2 reversal, or excuse me, 2-1-2 continuation, right? And
Mhm.
then it went 2-1-2, and then it went 2-2 reversal to the downside every hour. I mean, you could just see where they're like selling it, just selling it, selling it.
Mhm.
So like I said, we use algos in a different way. We want to see where they're buying, and we always compare participants by price and time. So
Mhm.
go ahead and go into how you use actual algo flow, because I like that. You have actual charts to back up
Yeah.
what.
Let me share my screen, and
Yep.
then we'll take a look at some examples. Okay. Do you guys see this?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh, Trend Spider.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Love their software. So with AlgoFlow, I use TradyTix, and I have their software in my Discord. And so, like, if you go to this channel, you basically just type in a ticker, TR AlgoFlow. So this is the command, and then you type in ticker, any ticker you want. So for this, we use SPY as an example. And then this is the algo flow for SPY. And if you just leave it like that, that's the intraday chart. And then if you do TR algo flow SPY 5, press enter, that is the 5-day chart. So this yellow line is the stock price, and then this red line is the algo flow for the past 5 days. This would be the intraday. And so a lot of times,
Ah.
I always look at the 5-day first, try to see it zoomed out, and then I zoom in onto the intraday, because a lot of times you'll see like a stock, the Algo Flow is green like this, and then at the very top you'll see a like it drop a little bit. And what that is just, if you zoom in on the intraday, that drop is just showing that there's a drop in Algo Flow on the intraday, but the overall trend is still bullish on the 5-day.
Yep.
And I have a couple of examples.
Well, dang, hold on a second. Give me, yep, leave the one for our firm. Leave it. Can you leave the one for AFRM? Leave that one up. And then go over the lines one more time. We seen a bunch of, while you were clicking, we seen a lot of come up and we can hear you. We understand what you're saying, but go over the green lines again. What's the difference between the lines again?
Yeah, the green line is the algo score. And if you look on the right here, this is 0. Above 0, it's bullish. And then below 0, it's bearish. And basically what the algo score is, it's a cumulative visual representation of the sentiment smart money has, and it's updated every minute of the day. So basically it's based on like live options flow data. And it's just taking a look at what smart money thinks is going to happen. So if you go back over to here, this is a flow bot. And so these are actual orders throughout the day. So you can see like Nike 16 orders today, calls, it shows the premiums. We have a sweepers bot where it shows like large call orders, large put orders, and then golden sweeps. Anything that's golden, it's over 1 million in premiums. And so what Tradietics does is they take a look at the sweeps, they look at the tradie flow, and then based on the call and put sentiment, then they show it through the Algo Flow. And so what this is, there's a lot of, right now there was more there was a lot of put orders going in, and that's why the Algo Flow was bearish on SPY. And then I'll go over a couple of examples of like what we like to look for with Algo Flows, and I'll go over like convergences and divergences. So this is a firm. This example, so this is the 5-day for a firm, and this is the intraday. So this is the 1 day. Again, this is the 5-day. This was on October 7th. So what is that, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And this was after the market closed. So what I do is I take a look at the Algo Flow going into the day, and I'll always check it throughout the day. But this was what it looked like going into the day. And we can see this large spike right here. And when you have the Algo Flow, when it's bullish, when it's on an upwards trend like this, and the stock price is on an upwards trend as well, that's showing that there's a lot of strength. And if you look at the intraday as well, Algo Flow, we can see the momentum is clearly up. Stock price is following that Algo Flow. And when you see that, when it's lined up together, you'll likely see a continuation with the stock next. So if you look at a firm, so that Algo Flow was on this day. And then we can see a firm next day, it closed around like 7% on the day to the upside. And so in that case, that was showing continuation. It can also show bearish continuation as well. So if the Algo Flow is red and down on a downwards trend like that, and the stock price is on a downwards trend, that's showing weakness, a lot of weakness to the downside for a bearish continuation. So that's continuation. And then you also have your divergences. So if you look at this, let me move this real quick.
So yeah, it looks like the stock price is going up, but all the Algo Flow is shooting to the downside. What is that?
Right. So this was on October 7th as well. October 7th. And what I said in the Discord that there's potentially a lot of bulls are going to be trapped in that, because you have stock price going up and then the Algo Flow was going down, right? And then if you look what happened,
Yeah.
Wait, let me go back to, let me go to SPY.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Let's line it up with what SPY's doing, and then line it up with what I like what you're doing here. Yeah. Because we look at the price action. So I like what you're doing with the Algo Flow to confirm what price is doing and where people are at, and that makes sense.
So this is Thursday and this is Friday. So this screenshot was taken on Thursday. So this move with the stock price was right here. That was this move right here. And then the Algo Flow started dropping. So you see here, Algo Flow started dropping. What did price do after? Price died throughout the day after like 10:30, like you said. So a lot of cases, price will follow the Algo Flow. And when you see a divergence between the stock price and the Algo Flow, it'll usually converge together eventually.
Okay.
So that's what I like to look for. Here's another example for SPY. We can see that there was a big drop right here. The stock price was around 439. And like this was 10 minutes later, we can see that the stock price starts coming down to the Algo Flow. This was like a 1 point move on SPY in 10 minutes. And with options, that's a
pretty big move with options. Yeah.
Move
so I got Kate G gangster in the chat. She says this is very cool, kind of seeing it as a confirmation type indicator to the price action. Just trying to place this in the strat mentality, and I agree. I could see this as a confirmation to what we would see, like for example, this and I can also see where, like you said, bulls are getting trapped in something that the price is obviously going up, and you are doing not necessarily contrary, not necessarily going against the flow, but you're definitely sticking with the price. And I can see where
I always look at the price first and then use flow to confirm. And so like here's another case. So when you have divergences, I like to look for reversals. So in this case, Algo Flow right here, we can see that we're on a downtrend. Stock price has a bounce, or I know strategists don't call.
It's okay. It's okay. We're this is a safe space. This is a safe space. We're gonna give you a hug. Everything's fine. You want to say bounce? We'll talk about it later.
So we can see that there's a divergence, right? Price is up right here. Algo Flow is still down. We look at the next picture. What I'm doing with the strat, I'm looking at charts. So I'm looking for your reversal. Where if it's reversing on the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, I'm looking for that reversal. And then once I see that reversal happen, then that's when I would enter the trade. And we can see divergence here. Price ends up right back to the lows of the days and converges with that Algo Flow.
So I like this. So what you're doing is you're still following price. And then instead of waiting but I mean, I guess you could, if you wanted to wait for both of the lines to line up, Algo Flow and price to line up, that would be considered a more conservative move, because you're going with what everybody else, the trend, you're going with the trend. But I could also see, I do like what you're doing here, where you're like, the Algo Flow says everybody it's going down, but the price is clearly going up. I'm looking for the reversal back to the upside. And then you jump in before everybody else does. I like that too. I like that. I mean, do I have that right, or did I just pull it out of my?
No, I think you meant to say back to the downside.
Okay.
But yeah. So if price is up, I'm watching the Algo Flow, and I'm just waiting for a reversal back down. I'm not when I see bearish flow, I'm not looking to take the play long. And I'm not looking for a continuation. I'm looking for potential reversals and vice versa to the upside.
Okay. I got a question in the chat. How reliable is Algo Flow score, the Algo score? How reliable is it? And does it take a lot of time to incorporate into what other people are doing?
So what the Algo Flow is just a tool. And what I mean by that is you're using that, you're always looking at price first. You're always looking at price action first. You're using strat actionable signals for your trades. You're looking at the chart setup first, and then you use Algo Flow to confirm. And when you have confluence with the setup, and you look at like this picture, the screenshot, you look at Algo Flow, and then you look at this, you look at sweeper, large put sweeps or large call sweeps. You're looking for confluence, so it gives you a higher probability trade. And so sometimes you'll have a chart that's a bullish setup, and the Algo Flow may be telling a different story.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to look at the setup first, and then just always look at Algo Flow after. Just use
Okay.
that to confirm. And
All right. And
that
this
as a
is,
tool.
I like that. I like that. And this is for you're doing options.
Yeah, I do options and swing. I trade when I swing trade. I'm doing shares, so common shares.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, keep going. I like this.
Okay, so now that we got like a kind of, we understand Algo Flow. Now I want to go to, I'm going to use TrendSpider now. I create my watch list using TrendSpider, and what I'll do is I'll look. So let me move this. The first thing that I do after every single day, I'll scan for. So if you don't know me, my favorite setups are inside bar breaks. So 2-1-2 reversals or continuation, 3-1-2s, double inside days. Double inside days I really like because when you get tight consolidation like that, price will definitely pick a side, and when it picks a side, it usually makes a big move to that side. So I like double inside days. 2-2 reversals I like. So the first thing I do, I scan for I scan for inside bars on the daily.
Okay.
And
Are you doing this during the trading day? Or are you doing this after hours, before?
I'm doing this after hours or in the morning.
Okay. I like that. Hold on a second thing. I like that because we got a lot of brand new traders out here, and especially in the room, that they think they got to scan everything and then they got to trade and then scan and then trade, and they're trying to jump all over the place. You heard it from Michael Dang, okay?
I'll run down like step by step. So
all right. He does it after hours, y'all. After hours.
Here's an example of my watch list. So I'll give you guys my watch list for this upcoming week. I did this yesterday around like 6 p.m. Eastern time. So first thing I do, I scan for my inside bars, and then I go through all of these. And then what I do is I'll go through the setup. I'll look for the setups, right? I'll look at the candle to see if it's a shooter or if it's a hammer, what side I'm trying to play. So for Netflix, for an example, right here.
Nice shooter you got there.
Nice shooter, right? And we're at the top of the broadening formation. But I believe you're still green. You're still green on the month. You're still green on the week. So you want to check all of your time frames as well. But check the setup first, right? We have a shooter. So this is potential move to the downside. And then after you check the setup, then what I'll do is I'll go to this channel. I'll type in the command, TR Algo Flow Netflix. I'll check the 5-day first because you want to check how it is zoomed out. We can see that the momentum was up, and then end of day, big drop on Algo Flow. So then I'll check the intraday, TR. So this is the intraday. We can see that we were bullish. Above zero is bullish. End of the day, we had a big drop. And so when we have that, when price, when the charts, so this is a shooter candle. We're looking to play this to the downside potentially if it triggers, right? It has to trigger. And so this is a bearish setup. And then we have your bearish algo flow. So when both of them line up, I go back to my watch list. And what I say is, like, we have an inside day shooter with price at the top of the broadening formation. When we have price at the top of the broadening formation, we can see a potential move to the bottom. And the 5-day algo flow turned bearish as there was a big drop on the intraday. And so I was looking to play this to the downside, and your triggers is the low of this candle.
Yep.
So this is an inside bar. This high couldn't take out that high. This low couldn't take out that low. Your trigger is 630.86 for a 212 day bearish reversal, because this went 2 up. If it goes down, that's a reversal. And then first target, it would need to clear this pivot. First target would be 626.36. And then this is how I use like technical analysis as well, because this would be your next target, but this over here is a support level. So this is a previous all-time high and previous resistance. This can potentially turn into support. So that's another level that I'm watching as well. And but yeah, that's basically how I do my watch list. I'll go through a lot of charts, and because it's the end of the week, I'll go through inside bar scans on the daily, and then I'll go through inside bar scans on the weekly as well. So inside bar scans on the weekly. I have scans for hammer bars. I have scanners for shooter bars from the 1 hour all the way to the month. And I send these scans in these channels. So I send at the end of every day, I'll send like my inside day scan, inside week scan, and throughout the day, I'll send like 1 hour inside bar scans. So yeah, that's one example.
Give me another one. Give me what's this ZS? That was getting a lot of attention over the week. What's ZS doing? That's for next week, correct?
Yeah, that's so ZS. We have 2 up inside bar. And this is a bearish inside bar right here. We can see that this filled the gap right here, this gap. But now we're down below this pivot. And so your trigger short would be down there, 266. And it also filled the gap down here as well. So then I would look.
How many, I got a question in the chat. How many trades do you make in a day? And then another question is, how many charts are you looking at on average during the day? Like how many setups you taking during the day?
So when I send my watch list, I'll send 4 stocks that are my main watches. So my main watches for 10-11 is Netflix, AMD, Boeing, and UPST. And then sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. I'll either send like bonus picks, maybe like 1 or 2. And usually when it's the end of the week, I'll send out a little bit more, just because we have daily, because I'm watching daily triggers and weekly triggers at the end of the week. But every day, like throughout the week, I'm usually only watching 4 stocks at open. And I try to keep it between like 4 or 6, because when you have like 8 to 12 stocks that you're watching, or even more than that, you kind of get lost. And
I like that.
Sometimes the stocks that are right in front of you, you'll miss it just because you're watching a whole bunch of other stuff, and that other stuff is just noise. And the most important thing is, like, when you're making your watch list, you have to narrow things down. And things that like you're iffy about, don't even put it on your watch list, because it's not even worth trading, because we're trying to trade the best setups every single day. We're looking for time frame continuity. We're looking for all of that. So when you're making your watch list, it's really important. And then executing your plan the next day when things trigger is important as well.
I like it. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about, because Rob goes through 50 to 70 tickers on the weekend vid. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to take all 70. You don't, you know what I mean? Pick 5 to 10, put them on your watch list, watch the actual signals, and then not everything's going to trigger all at once. You know what I mean? Maybe Monday, Boeing and UPST, they work. So you're working those. And then what was your other stock pick? You got a couple other that worked at AMD. Let's just say AMD works on, it doesn't do anything all week. And then Thursday, bam, here comes this one. You know what I mean? So they're not all going to trigger at the same time. And, and then if they do, you go ahead and plan your trade, execute your trade, set your stops. If you get stopped out of Boeing, it's done. You get, you have UPST still working good. I'm in, what was your other one? AMD, that one's still working, still good. You know what I mean? Add your winners. And then those other ones, I'm not worried about AMD because I already cut it. Small loss, I'm out. Don't even care. Move on to the other ones. I like it.
When market opens as well, when I take a trade, I only take one trade. If something triggers, I'll take that. And if something else triggers, I'll leave it. Because when you're trading options, things move very quickly. And so when you're trading multiple stocks with options, it can get difficult. So I would recommend you to just stick with one trade at a time. And don't overtrade as well. Like I try to just take one trade and then I'm done for the day. Just because you start overtrading, you get back profits, and it's overtrading is a lot of things that beginners like struggle with.
That's awesome. I like it, man. I like what you're doing. Chat, what percentage of swing versus day trades? How many you swinging more day? What are you doing?
Currently, I'm day trading more currently. And I'm actually planning on swing trading a little bit more because with this recent like S&P correction, there's a lot of opportunities out there, a lot of like stocks that I like. I like when I swing trade, I like to swing trade like quality companies. I'm not swing trading just like
you're not swing trading a stock that makes number 3 pencils. You're like trading something that, I get it.
I like to, when I swing trade, I like to trade market leaders. I like to trade like a firm, UPST were my recent ones. U was a really good one that I want to go over next.
Okay, go ahead.
And so we'll go through one or two more on the watch list, and then we'll just go to into trades that I actually took. And so AMD I have on my watch list. This is big shooter on the daily, and you have 212 day bullish continuation at 107.28, 212 day bearish reversal at 104.89, and if it triggers to the downside, you have this potential gap fill down here. So that's what I'm watching as well. But to the upside, if we get a gap up or something and it triggers up on the day, we also, if you look on the weekly, 107.95, that's your trigger 212 up on the week as well. Yep. So you can have, I think Rob calls it simultaneous break, where it triggers the day, then the week.
Simultaneous break. That what you're talking about is combos. And I'm gonna do a weekend shift next week, and I'm gonna talk about trade checklists, because what we do is we do look for combinations. We look for a daily that triggers the weekly, that triggers the monthly. You know what I mean? That's combos. So, that's awesome. That's like Street Fighter. That's Street Fighter combos right there. That's what that is.
Yeah. So if you're looking to play this to the upside, 212 day bullish continuation, that would be your target. But if that is also a trigger as well on your weekly. So if it triggers the week, this would be your next target, 108.44. And then you have these pivots up here. 111.85 is your 2-month bullish reversal as well. So we're still inside on the month. And when we trigger when we take out the high of this current month, we're above 50% on that previous candle. So that's something that I like to look for as well. But yeah, your 2-2 reversal on the monthly is 111.85. It's still a bit far away. So I'm just because these are like day trades. I'm just watching like my take profit level. If these trigger would be like 109 or 108. I like, so that's AMD, Nike.
Yeah.
Nike was a decent one. So Nike, you have a gap to the upside and to the downside. Checking the flow on Nike. Checking the flow. We're bullish on the 5-day Algo Flow as well. And
Well,
we
keep
have,
that. Well, go back to the bullish Algo Flow. That popped up really fast and went away real quick. All right. So one more time for the people in the back. One more time. What are we looking for on?
so this is the 5-day Algo Flow. Green is the Algo score. So anything above 0 is bullish, but we're all the way up here. So when price and Algo Flow is together like that, that's showing a lot of strength and potential continuation. And if you look at the charts, slight hammer on the daily. On the weekly, you had your 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up here on the week. So
Yep.
we were green on the week last week. The month, it barely took out that low. So it went 2 down on the month, potential outside month. With that, you want to watch this previous candle, look for a close above 50% of that candle. And yeah, that's what I would look for Nike.
Yep. And the time frame continuity too. I like it. You're going through the charts. You necessarily don't have all 4 up, but I like that you're still going through it. You're still green on the week, green on the month, green on the week, green on the day. Let me look at my Algo Flow. They're buying it right now.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Okay. So
question keep going, but question in the chat. Do you use Algo Flow for swing trade decisions?
Yes. So with swing trading, for the Algo Flow, I'm looking at the 5-day because you want to look at it zoomed out. And for entries, I'll use Algo Flow. And exits, I'll use Algo Flows. But like I said, I'm using strat first. When I see a bearish reversal, say I'm long on a stock, swinging, and I see a bearish reversal on the daily or something, or on the weekly, then I'll check the Algo Flow. And then if I see a bearish Algo Flow, and the momentum is down on the Algo Flow, then I'll either take profit or I'll cut that position.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that because you're still using price action, and then the Algo Flow is saying, okay, everybody's trying to do something different here. Then maybe they're done with this, and it's already hit magnitude. Instead of me trying to force this trade up to 160, 166, 62. It looks like they're going to take profit. I'm going to go ahead and take profits. I'll take my money, and then I'll find a reversal back into the green. I like that. Dang. Yeah. Dang. I like it. Give me some trades you actually done. Give me some the time is getting short.
Yeah.
Give me some good ones.
It happened quick.
I told you, you get in here, you start talking to Strat, you're drinking your coffee.
All right. All right, we're about to go through these trades quick. Okay, so I'll go through. You was a swing trade, so I actually bought shares on this one. I know a lot of people are swing traders. They're not too familiar with options trading weeklies. So I'll go through this one first. And what I'm looking at, this is how I use technical analysis and the strat. I just combine the two, and that's how I do it. So right here, you have a 2-2-day reversal. So these arrows are where I bought. This arrow I bought on August 4th, August 6th, and August 11th. So right here, 2-2-day reversal, I added a starter position right there. And I was accumulating here. And it's kind of risky accumulating before earnings, but I was just expecting good price or a good move on earnings. And earnings was this day right here, this big candle. So I added on that candle. And if you look on the monthly time frame, you have a
2-2 reversal on the monthly. Yep, 2-1-2.
1-2. So
yep.
111.87. That triggered the month up, and that's this level right here. Look at that move. As soon as that triggered,
yeah,
huge move to the upside, and it took out that key pivot. And if you look at volume down here, we can see accumulation right here, accumulation right here, big accumulation right here. And I like to look at volume shelves because you can see all of this level is accumulation. People were accumulating down here, got more accumulation, move higher. And so you added at these 3 areas, and then this was another area where I could have added. I didn't, but if you look on the weekly, double inside week, right? 2 candles that were ones, so double inside, and then we got a break. Your trigger is 127.15, and when it triggered, I sold into strength on this day, or I shaved my position, reduced my position side on this day. So, and this is, I really like this U example because it shows like really good market structure. So let me just remove this. So 115.50 is a key resistance level. This triggered, it took out that resistance level. We got continuation, 2 up, and 129 was the top on this candle. We can see this consolidate, right? This was your double inside week from earlier, and then 127.15 was your trigger for that double inside week. We can see that trigger up, and we got the move higher, and then 129 became support. So you can see this candle hit support, bounce, and then it also hit on this candle, bounce, and I took profit here and here. I missed this move right here, but
it was a gap up. I mean, it's a gap up. It went gap up, 2, 1, 2, reversal back to the downside. Yeah. It's all good. Give me I like this a lot. I like what you're doing. Give me you got an extended line or a long extended line. We want to draw bargaining formation because that's what I see on this joker. Top of the line all the way back to your support line. Yep, right there. Stop. Yep, and then give me one down here. I wish I could touch your screen. Give me one below that. Below. Nope. Down. Yep, right there. One from there back. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Give me up. Right there. Yep. And then so there's your broadening formation right there. That's price discovery. They tested the tops. They tested the bottoms. You got in. It went up. Yep. There you go. Price discovery. That's what I'm talking about. So now with these broadening formations, I know what you're talking about. And I like that you're using, you know how to plot the support and resistance lines because you know where people are going to get in at, you know what people are thinking, you know what I mean? I like that. But with this broadening formation, you can clearly see where we would get in at, where we're jumping in at, find reversals back to the upside, take our profits, and then find our next 2-2 reversal to the upside at the end of that, right? No, the last red, yep, 2-2 reversal right there, back up. Yep. Down here. I wish I could touch your screen. Down here. Yep, 2-2 reversal, back up. I mean, that's right back into the broadening formation, back up to the highs. And then with that red line there, the red last red candle, you're looking to see if you get a continuation back up to the top of the broadening formation, or if it goes 2-2 reversal to the downside, take your profits and walk. And if you're, that's how I see it. And you're on it, man. That's awesome. That's a really good trade.
With this trade, I was in from here and then out in this area. And then once I got out, I kind of just stopped looking at the stock. But if you wanted to re-enter, this is a 2-1-2 up reversal.
Yep.
Here, you got a gap up, and then on this gap up, 2-1, and then 2 down. This is your bearish reversal. That's your exit right there. Next day, boom, gap down, move to the downside, bottom of the broadening formation, 2-2 reversal back up. And yeah, that's your U trade.
That's awesome, man. That looks beautiful.
Let me go over Oracle.
Oracle, yeah, that's been a good one. That's been a good one.
I saw Sarah trade this one as well that day. So Oracle, I took this trade. I got puts on this day right here. This was a lovely trade. Broadening formation. So this was your all-time high. Ignore all of these candles right
Yeah,
here.
because we don't see them. They didn't happen that time. Yep.
It didn't happen at that time. So this was your all-time high, and it went outside month, and that's why we can see that all of this compound outside bar of all of this.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
And you got your shooter. So you're at the top of the broadening formation. You got this huge move up, right? From the bottom to the top. And what I was looking for, 2, 1, 2. Let me put this up. So you're 2, 1, 2 down. Your first target here.
Yep.
And what we have here is pivot machine gun to the downside.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're looking for that first target, and then you take out the second target, and then it starts blowing through all these other ones. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got a good one.
All of these right here, all of these people got stopped out and boom, hit this target and close right at that target. If I can break it down on the minute. Actually, we don't have that much time on left, but 2, 1, 2, boom, back to the downside, took out all of these pivots. Beautiful move. I traded options on this. My best scale out was like at 100%. But this, I took profit like near here. I definitely should have stayed in this one a little bit more because the move down here was 300%. But like I said, profit is profit. You can't get too greedy.
That's right. And exactly.
When like 1, 2, 3, I took profit like near this one. When 3 pivots get taken out, you're already making good money. So there's no need to get greedy for this move right here.
Yep. 2, 1, 2 reversal to the downside. Dang, you see it all the way down. And I like that. You took the magnitude, you found a spot, you want to get in, take it. That's beautiful. Everybody looks at that thing and go, man, I wish I held it all the way down there for 300%. You know what? Who cares? Because someone at 87.24, when the move stopped, they got stopped out. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to let it. You can give some back, but we ain't gonna give it all back. You know what I mean? So that's a fantastic trade, dude. This was awesome. Give me, man. We only got 3 minutes left.
No,
go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say I wish I could go over some more, but it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's honestly, it's fast. It goes fast. I'm gonna I'd like to have you on again to talk about this algo flow because it makes sense. I like what you're doing. You're making sure you're checking the price first, okay? And then you're going to the algo flow on the 5-day, and then you showed us those codes for that. Thank you very much for that. We'll have to watch that again and write those down. And you're looking for what are the institutional buyers and sellers actually doing? You know what I mean? Are they buying it? You know what I mean? Are they wrong on this? Are they right? You know what I mean? Is it all converging? And is it all coming together? And I like that you're using the strat and you're incorporating it into what you were doing before. And I'm telling you, you got something here. This is really good. And I like how you did it in TrendSpider. We got a lot of TrendSpider users in there. If you want, I think it was a discount on getting on TrendSpider, get with Rob on his Discord. He's got something there for you. Also, don't you have a Discord right there, Michael?
Yes, I have a Discord as well. If you go to my Twitter, the link to join it is in my bio. I have an Instagram as well. You can use that link if anyone's interested in joining it. And once you're in, all of these algo flows or all of these are premium. What's it called? These are auto posting. So these get sent out throughout the day. And what Tradie they also have a scalps bot. And they use scalps like what's it called? Like combos, like your 2-1-2s. So this is a reversal on the 30. It shows entries and exits as well. So they Tradie got that down very well. And so these are strat scalps. And we have dark pool, we have sweeps, insider trading. We have breakout bots as well. It's great.
Man,
there's a lot of good tools that we use, but honestly, nothing's needed. Not a single indicator is needed. All you need to do is just trade the strat. That's it.
Just trade the strat. That's right. And I had some good ones too. Man, I wanted to see your algo flow, so I forgo showing all that stuff. But I'm telling you, MUR with Murphy. oils. They're buying oils, man.
Yeah.
Get in. We're supposed to be going green by, what was it, 2020, 2050 or some crazy stuff. What's the price say? They're buying oil. That's what it says.
Yeah.
You could, like you said, you can put as many news stories out as you want. Let me go look at the charts. Are they buying it? Nope. I'm not buying that. Are they buying this? Yes, I'm buying that. So get in. Two, two up, two down. That's what I like. Two down, two up, two reversals. And then also with, and it's been crazy. I showed you the charts on the SPY, and with Rob in the chat, in the live room with Rob on Sepia Group, we have been navigating through all this stuff. Okay. We've been getting in, we've been taking, we jump on stuff that is working right now. Rob puts out 3 shows. That we got the pre-market show, we got the strat time report that comes out at lunch, and then we have the power hour on Mondays, 1 hour after close, where Rob actually does the coaching. And we've been getting in, we've been getting out, and like you said, a lot of stuff has been turned into day trading because SPY's just chop shop. It's just chop shop. But if you want to get in on something, you want to try Rob's room at Sepia Group, there's a deal. Okay, it's a deal. It's not, when you sign up, type in promo code Strat Soldier, no spaces, Strat Soldier. That's going to give you $99 a month for 6 months. Okay, and you can learn the strat in 6 months. That's going to give you the rest of this month, rest of this year, and then 3 months into the next year. Okay, and then Rob puts out that macro list at the beginning of the year and tells you where you need to be for the next month. Okay, because we're looking at big boy charts. All right, we're looking at monthlies, yearlies, quarterlies, and we're looking for reversals. We're going to be looking at everybody wants to talk about, I wanted to show the chart for Palantir is what we call it. You want to look at, everybody's talking about Palantir. You want to, it's going to be the best, hottest thing. Look at the yearly charts. Okay, it's setting up for a 2-2 reversal to the downside on the year. Okay, you want to be in something like that? Not me. All right, so Rob's navigating all that stuff for you. All right, and he's looking at 16 charts, 32-inch monitors, 16 charts all day long. And he's putting out a lot of good information. Strat Soldier, $99 for just per month, just $99 per month. That gives you 24 live hour, 1 hour sessions with Rob live. And you can ask him all the questions you got. All right, 24. If I had the ability to take a class or any kind of online education, and I had to show up every Monday for 1 hour, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, same thing, same. But then you can get on there and watch the Strat Time Report live. You can get on there pre-market show with Rob, and then you're gonna get a day off. For all those full-time guys, you'll get a day off. You'll be able to get in there and be with Rob all day long. It's a good time. All right. That again, Strat Soldier. Type that in. Michael Dang, thank you so much for being on here. This was awesome.
Could I have
enlightening? Seriously. Go ahead, man.
So because we couldn't go over too many trades, if you go to like my pinned tweet on Twitter, these are the trades. So these were my first 8 trades that I took using the strat. And I break everything down in the YouTube. And then if you just type in like the Dang Media and then just type in education, I have a tweet where there's a thread of those trades that I took, and I kind of just break it down, like recap.
Oh yeah.
When I bought, when I sold, what the setup was. So here's your 2 down, 1, 2 up, reversal on the 30-minute chart. So yeah, because we couldn't go over a lot of that today, you guys can check that out on my YouTube and Twitter if anyone's interested. Thank you again. It was a pleasure to be on here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael Dang and the Dang Media, man. That was awesome. Very good. Very good. We're going to be posting all that stuff. Usually what happens is we get on this show, we talk about stuff, and then the rest of the day in Twitter is just the weekend shift, like extended for like 4 hours, 8 hours. People just looking at charts and talking about things. So get out there and talk with Michael Dang on his Twitter. And it's a good time. Thank you so much for being here, Michael. It's awesome. I'm glad we had you on. I'm glad we were able to work it out. And this is Strat Soldier with the weekend shift. Get in that room with Rob. I'm telling you, use that promo code Strat Soldier. It's going to be ending this month. All right. These deals don't last all the time. They told me, you need to tell them there's a cutoff. so hey, you get in there with Rob. This is the Strat Soldier with the weekend shift. Thanks, Michael. We're out of here. Peace.